For now, it's just a ladder. A staircase is in the future, but for now in her new garden, Casey Boyder's taking things one step at a time. When she built the bunkhouse next to her home, Casey designed the roof to go with it. As a garden designer and coach, she's taken her work to a new level.
I guess you could say it was just me Googling on the computer one day, getting into gardening a whole bunch throughout my whole life with my grandma and my mom, and just always having that background of interest in combination with architecture and that interest, and melding those two together through research found green roofs.
On a cross-country tour, she spent months analyzing and learning about green roof technology. She returned home with a new mission.
I'm working with a group called Growers, Green Roofs Working Expertise Regional Solutions. It's a group that I co-founded in 2006 to advance the knowledge of green roofs. It's just an amazing technology that can answer so many issues that we have environmentally in our cities and urban areas.
Among 23 noted benefits, water quality and flood control.
One of my favorite ones, and ones that I think is really most important to our urban areas and why I'm doing this most, is to combat the urban heat island effect. The effect that our cities are going through because there's so many hard surfaces, so much concrete. It's actually increased the temperatures in our urban areas by as much as a couple degrees, 4 degrees on average, I'd say. And these roofs can actually ameliorate that effect by cooling the surrounding areas, by evapotranspiration, cooling the surrounding areas.
Retrofits are possible, but new construction, like her bunkhouse, is easiest since structural issues can be addressed from the beginning. She went for an 8 to 10 inch soil depth.
My roof is an intensive example. That means it's usually thought of as 6 inches or above intensive. Extensive is 6 inches or below, with a little bit of play in between. You can do semi-intensive, semi-extensive. But this intensive roof is 70 pounds per square foot. So on 250 square feet, water included, fully saturated, it's almost, I'd say, 17,000 pounds up on 250 square feet. So that's a couple large trucks up there. So yeah, it definitely has to be structurally reinforced to reflect that needed weight up there. But I chose this deeper soil profile just because I wanted to grow things like cascading roses, which I have up there, which are a lot of fun, which is going to need a deeper substrate. Also, in my opinion, it's going to need to be watered a lot less. There's potential for more water holding capacity in that deeper soil profile.
Other architectural concerns? Waterproofing and drainage.
And then a specifically engineered soil profile, which is different in your regular garden soil because it has engineered elements like expanded shale, expanded clays, lava rocks, another mineral that I like to use. You have to have a higher percentage of mineral content in your soil to begin with because of that. Because the organics will degrade over time, you have to have something that keeps that structural integrity of the soil. So you don't actually have to keep adding dirt to it every year, and helps with the drainage element as well. Plant choices is an incredibly important element in all this. Short prairie grasses native to the area. In the western part of Austin, we have certain parts in limestone outcroppings where there's an 1/8 of an inch of soil, and plants are happily growing there.
There are many drainage options. At the bunkhouse, Casey uses scuppers.
It's quite fun to actually watch the water come off of this roof. Once we get an initial downpour, you can see it coming off of the roof without the green roof. And I have no gutters, so it just pours off the main roof. But about 2 hours later, after an initial rain on the green roof, that's when you'll see the water slowly start to trickle out. Depending upon the type of storm that we have. But you'll see for a subsequent three days or so, the water continues to drip out. So it's able to slow the percolation of that rainwater off of these hard surfaces where they would pick up toxins, heavy metals, and those sorts of things, and carry that straight to a stream. Instead, it slows that percolation of water, actually processes that water, potentially making it cleaner.
The burgeoning green roof technology includes countless ways to recycle, redirect, and preserve water. Casey's mission is to explore each one. But as a gardener, she recognizes the personally uplifting experience too.
It really is just a place of solitude. Once I'll go up there and lay down on the lawn and actually just hang out and take my breaks there because it feels like nobody's around. It's a completely different perspective, yeah, which is nice.